Oh, hi there. There's something I wanted to talk about in regards to young players, not unlike Brock Boeser, who get paid too much money early on in their careers. There were people talking about, making 9, 10, 11 million dollars per season, and there are NHL players like that. In fact, I got reminded of Eric Carlson when I walked past a store in the mall, and there was a big, poster of him in a suit. Um, when you make that kind of money, you go along with the ride for the most part, and they'll make you do and see things you don't want to do and you don't want to see. Uh, and they're very manipulative people. And at 21 years of age, which is what Brock Besser is, I wouldn't recommend he takes that kind of money. It's not that I don't think he's a talented hockey player who could win the Stanley Cup for the Vancouver Canucks. It's more to do with the fact that kind of money brings the wrong sort of people around. And, it may take a bit of a longer process, but it is better to make, decent money so you can live comfortably, do what you want, and you fly under the radar, even if you win a Stanley Cup. There have been plenty of NHL players in the past decades who have done that. You don't want to be making 11 million bucks a year, because if you're making that kind of money, there are going to be people you don't like who are not going to leave you alone. You won't be at peace and you won't feel comfortable. And, a lot of people don't understand that, especially a lot of poor people don't understand that, because, they make chump change, they make, minimum wage, and, they hear 11 million bucks and they go, oh, it's all peaches and cream. No, it isn't. A lot of it is bullshit, and a lot of it, it's like, you don't want to deal with this kind of stuff, right? And the reason I bring this up in this video, because A, I was concerned Connor McDavid was given too much money, when he signed his big contract, and I made a video about that. But today, myself, I nearly, got in an argument with 3 separate people, and all I was doing was buying my hooch. When they were, they weren't. It was almost like they weren't talking to each other. Like the 3 people weren't talking to each other, but it was like everyone was having the same conversation. Like, and people would add their 2 cents in here and there, a person or other. And, I simply commented, you don't want to make 11 million bucks. And immediately, 2, 3 people, I won't go so far as to say they were calling me names or anything, but it was like, whoa, man, it's an opinion. Am I not allowed to have those anymore? If you're making 11 million bucks, you're not. I wasn't even wearing my NHL jersey. I was simply wearing my Donald Trump shirt, along with my Vancouver, one of my nice Vancouver Canuck, Johnny Canuck hat. It's black and it's got the V with the Johnny Canuck there, and it's a real nice hat. That, and I was wearing my Donald Trump shirt and my overcoat because it's a bit windy today. Anyway, so I'm there minding my own business, going to go buy some booze, and I walk out, and some fucking, I don't know what it is with tattoos and why people like them. They're disgusting. Like, this guy looked like some sort of fucking human reptile hybrid. And if he wants to look like a fucking alligator, that's his business. But he can stay well enough away from me. He starts walking up and he speeds real quick, right? And, I turn around and I look at him. I stare at him right in the face. And because of the way this kind of mall conclave is designed, there was a left side, which is where he went. I just turn around and say, keep your fucking distance. Not very loud, but loud enough for him to hear it. And what do? I'm handing back, and I see him coming at me again. Except this time, a woman had let me pass because there's a narrow passage through this sort of kind of walled area, which is the exit of the mall complex conclave type thing, and she's walking in his direction. He stops in his tracks to ask her a question, and I start like not walking fast, but I always walk kind of fast. But I'm looking over my shoulder because no, I don't trust this fucker. And anyway, I see him, and there he is, fucking staring at me with his fucking reptile tattoos on his arm, and I'm like, you get any closer, and you're gonna become a pair of crocodile shoes, is what you're gonna become. Like, seriously, I do not want anyone like that around me. You can't trust them, and there's no reason, suspicious characters like that should be anywhere near me. And I can't imagine what it'd be like for someone like Brock Boeser, where he will have people goading him into going, "You want to live $1 million? You want to live $1 million?" Because they want to be the $1 million men who make money and are in the background, not having anything to do with it. And if the ship sinks for whatever reason, let's say Brock Boeser gets some sort of injury or he gets traded or whatever, right? The thing is, they won't suffer from it. They will have everything they want, and all the bad stuff happens to Brock Boeser, and it's like Brock Boeser's 21 years old. These sycophants that are around him are the problem. If I can give one piece of advice to Brock Boeser, do not accept too much money because it's a trap. It's a problem. And you don't want that kind of money. You don't want that kind of attention. You want to win the Stanley Cup, obviously. However, you can do that without the bullshit, without the creeps, the lurkers, whatever you want to call them. You can do it without all of that. And his inner circle of friends, they may not be friends, and this message may not even get to him. I kind of hope it does, because it's a piece of advice he could sure use, that you do not want too much money, because snap of the fingers, it could be all gone anyway. And the problem is, you make too much money, it draws that kind of attention. So you want to fly under the radar, and you want to win the Stanley Cup. That's what you want to do. So to the best of your ability, I would suggest you do that. Anyway, to my loyal fans, creepers, assholes, bastards, sons of bitches, slags, all the types of people that watch my videos, thank you for watching, and get the fuck out of my sight.